Can you tell us how you first learned about Meherabad?
Absolutely. It was about 20 years ago now. A friend of mine took me and my young daughter at the time to Meherabad's Abode in the Sunshine Coast in Australia. And I didn't know much about these kind of things at the time, but it was those years when I was being introduced to Meherabad, Shirdi Baba, Lord Ganesha, Lord Shiva. So for 20 years, they've been a part of my life and slowly evolving and teaching me and guiding me. You know, I didn't know much. So anyways, at Meherabad's Abode, my daughter found a marble. And that was very special. Someone at the Abode said that's probably one of Meherabad's marbles. So still today, I carry this marble around. It's very, very special to me. Meherabad had a big part of my life, the end of 2021. I was here in Australia. I didn't have any work. I didn't have any accommodation. I was living out of my van at the time, and life was really hard. I craved that depth of spirituality, always craving that depth of spirituality. And so I was going to Meherabad's Abode, and I would sit in the meditation hall there, and I would just pray and beg and meditate. Meherabad, please tell me, what should I do now? And then one day I was really determined at getting an answer, and I just felt so drawn to going there. And I was sitting in meditation after praying and asking for guidance and begging, please tell me what to do. And this booming voice in my mind said, go to India. And I was like, wow, okay. I didn't know at the time how to go about doing that. But I did. I got all the paperwork organized, and I ended up leaving probably 6 weeks later, went to India and spent 2022 in India. And that just completely changed my life. I had planned on doing spiritual pilgrimages, spiritual retreats, but my life kind of just happened when I got to India. I met some people who told me about this, and you kind of followed the breadcrumbs, if you like, from one adventure to the other, and ended up in Tirunamalai in Tamil Nadu. This is mind-blowing for me. I completely changed when I was in Tirunamalai. It is so very sacred there. Arunachala mountain is the power of Lord Shiva. It's the place of Diksha, Moksha. It's just, and there's so many amazing temples and ashrams there to sit and meditate in, to deepen. And of course, my very, very dear one is Ramana Maharishi Ashram, which is very sacred to me. And I'm often studying there and learning more about spirituality and deepening my spiritual practice. In fact, it's hard to be away from there. Right now, I'm in Australia waiting for a visa, and it's very difficult to be here. I want to be there. That's home to me now. So my journey with Meherabad started 20 years ago. Now, when I was in Tirunamalai for 2022, I did make a special effort to go up to Meherabad, which is near Pune in North India. And I went to Meherabad's place of Samadhi. I experienced something absolutely amazing there. I walked into the Samadhi room, and I felt, deep sacredness. Of course, you feel this straight away. But as soon as I crouched down in pure reverence and in a bowing posture, if you like, my legs started shaking. Now, to me, that's a confirmation or an indication when my legs shake that it's a place of big power. And I felt that maybe 3 other times in my life when I'm on sacred land here in Australia, twice that happened here, and a couple of times in Indian sacred places, once in front of the Dalai Lama in Dharamsala. But when I was at Meherabad, it happened. And I was so, how do you say, overwhelmed with joy? How do you describe that feeling? I don't know. Again, tears are coming to my eyes, and I felt like I was finally at home. And still, I didn't understand why. But, you know, I sat there for a few minutes. There's a time limit at the moment in Meherabad due to COVID and stuff, so I could only be there for a few minutes. But that was amazing confirmation. And I said, thank you, Meher Baba, for sending me to India for this life-changing experience. Yeah. And then, okay, when I come back to Australia to get my visa, I went to Meher Baba's abode. I can't live in the normal world anymore. I have to live an ashram life. I have to live on spiritual journey. So I went to Meher Baba's abode and stayed for 6 nights there. And I went to Meher Baba's abode in the meditation hall, and I just said, thank you, Meher Baba. For everything. Like, I've been to India, like you said, I've been to your place of Samadhi, and please guide me. What am I talking about next? Like, how can I, what should I talk about on my YouTube channel next? What do people need to hear? The spiritual development, personal development to improve their life. How can I help people the most? And it was one morning I said that in prayer, in meditation to Meher Baba and Meher Baba's abode. And then I went and spoke to some people on the property. And one fellow, I said to him, I'm just waiting for guidance. And he says, have you ever read the book God-Intoxicated? The Wayfarers, Meher Baba with the God-Intoxicated. I was like, no. And then he started describing to me how Meher Baba went around India to find these people who were God-intoxicated. I didn't know anything about this. I am still learning so much. And so the God-intoxicated people come in different categories. I can't remember all of them at the top of my head. I'm still absorbing the information. It's quite fascinating. But it's like God-absorbed, God... how can I sum this up? It's like people, humans who are on a spiritual journey to such depth that they are really and fully in the God source, God's love. They feel so much love for God that they've reached a different level of dimension. And they're at 5th, the 6th, or 7th level of dimension. In reality, he describes them in different ways, the different mannerisms, the different ways of being. Some of them are disheveled with, you know, perhaps food down their clothes or dirty clothes. But you can feel something inside of them that's this, like they're more inside in the inner world, in God's world, than they are in the outside physical reality. And I thought, wow, okay, I needed to know that information, because when you're in India, it seems to be these beings are there. And even in the book, it mentions that they're only in India, and I think there was 2 other countries, but this kind of thing doesn't happen in other countries. India is truly the spiritual place on the planet. It's holding the spiritual energy of higher vibrations. It's very sacred knowledge there. It's very special. India is a place people can go to when they're finished the game of life. You're finished your karma and all your lifetimes and your learnings, and when you're tired of being a physical body, people are drawn to go to India. Yeah, so there's so much more to this, but I guess there's that part that Meher Baba was a God avatar, God in human form. And I didn't really know what that meant, but the more I do my practices, the closer I get to this spiritual energy of Meher Baba. I don't know how else to describe it, to be honest, but I hope that gives you some idea. So where is my life going now? That's a really good question. Right now, my main focus is to deepen my spiritual journey. And to do that, I need to live in India. That brings something to mind, actually. At Meherabad's Abode, at the end of 2021, I met a lady at Meherabad's Abode. She was an Indian woman, and she went by the name of Yogi and always wore white at Meherabad's Abode. And when she met me for the first time, she spent me, maybe she was standing 2 meters away from me, and she looked at me and she just said, "You smell like India." I was like, "I haven't been eating any Indian food." I was like, "I don't know, how do I smell like India?" She says, "No, you've had many past lifetimes in India." Okay, I can feel that. And she says, "Now your journey needs to be in India. The rest of your life needs to be in India." And this past 2022 in India confirmed that for me. I feel so much at home in India. I've had a palm leaf reading that told me, like the palm leaf reading down in Chidambaram, that told me I had a past lifetime in the Chola dynasty. I was the eldest son of a Brahmin family then, or another one had said that I lived up in Rishikesh as a sadhu, Naga sadhu. So I know I've had a lot of lifetimes in India. So my journey is in India now, and my goal is to help people improve their lives. However, I'm guided to do so by the God source. My life belongs to God and helping people right now. And the best way I can do this on the biggest scale I possibly can is the only thing I crave in life right now. That's it. This is it. I don't know if that answers your question. I kind of get on a roll and I keep going with it all. So my goal now is to return to India and learn as much as I can from the Ramana Maharishi ashram, from Hinduism. Hinduism has a sacred practice that can really help people improve their lives. So I'd like to deepen my knowledge of that. I'm hoping to become fluent in Tamil. Well, this is the first time I'm going to be learning a full language, so I don't know if that is, but I'm hoping to incorporate yoga nidra in my spiritual practices to assist that. I also have a goal to heal my eyes. I've been wearing glasses since I was 14 years old, and my eyes keep getting worse. And there's a few, like I'm an energy healer. I work with people from around the world, you know, with women especially. And I've shifted a lot of my own energetic patterns, but I would like to be able to heal my eyes and not wear my glasses anymore. The reason for that is because if I can heal my eyes, I have some credibility, some proof that energy healing actually can make a difference. And I think that's what people need right now, to know that, okay, this can work. There's quite a few energy healers or leaders in the world who talk about this kind of thing. And I think whatever resonates with you, you follow that, and so that you can improve your life. So with any luck, I'll be able to help a few people, either heal their eyes or heal their physical body or help them with mental health, but just really overall help them get out of the struggles and misery. This world is made of struggles and misery. I mean, we all know this, but and the path to get out of the struggles and misery is a path of enlightenment, of reaching that space of samadhi. But it just feels so much better to keep working towards it, because then life is more of an adventure than of suffering. And I think everybody can deserve a little bit of joy and love and peace, love, and joy in their life. So yeah, I hope I answered all your questions. So, okay, well, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about this.